Are you still struggling with your press-ons not lasting and you want them to last like that, where you can bang the shit out of them and they still hang on tight? There's 5 main mistakes that I find people are doing with their press-ons. First one being that they're either too big or too small. So on this one, it's way too big. It's on my skin, and you can see it hanging over. This one is sitting on my skin, so you want your press-ons to sit sidewall to sidewall and feel comfortable when you put your tip on. And you'll see that this one is just on my skin, and it's annoying. That will let water come in, it won't let the glue stick properly, it'll create an air pocket, so if you hit it or whatever, it'll pop up. This one is too small, as you can see, there's huge gaps on either side. It's just not going to do anything. All it's going to do is create pressure and it's going to just pop off. The second mistake would be not doing any prep or not prepping properly. Oh, tongue tied. So grab a buffing block, file, buff your nails, make sure there's no shiny spots on your nails so that it allows the glue to grip to your nails, and then that way you have a smooth base to work with and you don't have to worry about it lifting. So give it a good clean. The second mistake is way too much glue. So here I am putting way more glue than I need to, covering the whole nail, flooding the cuticle, flooding the nail, and then even putting more glue on my press-on. All that does is make a slippery surface. It goes all over your cuticles, it goes on the underneath of your nails. You'll see when I put it on how much glue comes out from, you can see it piling up there, how much glue comes out from underneath, on the side, there you go, look at it. And because it's so slippery and slidey, glue takes longer to dry. It could be sitting on your cuticle, or the glue's on your cuticle, which will allow the glue to lift from your cuticle and then lift under the press-on. And I can never get it straight if I put too much glue, it just slides everywhere. So you have to wipe the excess glue off, or it just chunks up underneath. It's very uncomfortable, and sometimes even hurts if it's not done correctly. I just want to come on here and apologize for the way I sound. I have been sick for 2 weeks and I'm getting over a cold, but I wanted to film this video and get it out for you guys instead of just waiting till I got better. So my apologies. Here I am with the right amount of glue you need for your press-on. So you can see that I put a little bit of glue on and use the tip of the glue to move it around, missing my cuticle area. And then putting glue on my press-on. So the reason why I do that is that if for whatever reason I put a little bit too much glue on my press-on, and that when I do the 45-degree angle and put it down, all the glue will come to the top instead of going all over my nail. You'll see I'll have a little bit of glue underneath, which I don't mind, so I'll grab the glue tip and just kind of flatten it around and kind of seal the nail in to ensure that there is no gaps on any part of my nails. The fourth mistake is not pushing your cuticles back. What happens if you don't push your cuticles back is that the dead nail or cuticles is stuck on the natural nail, and so when you put your glue on top and your nail starts to lift, it lifts with that dead nail because there's no contact to the dead cuticles, there's no contact to the nail. You'll see like how much comes off when I'm doing it, and you'll notice that it's just, I'm not even pressing hard, and the amount of cuticle and dead nail that is on my nail is astronomical. If you see my little greenie, I was trying out new glues and absolutely shit, and water got trapped in and I got myself a greenie. So it's not contagious. I just waited about 3 weeks, I think, before I put a new set on, just to ensure that there's nothing harmful. I'm not going to get another one. So yeah, be cautious with crappy glue and lifting. Exhibit A. Here I am just cutting off my dead cuticles. This is optional. You don't have to do this if you don't want to. I choose to do this just because my cuticles are quite thick and hard, so I just like to get it off. It's just a cleaner finish at the end result, but you don't need to do this at all. This one's optional, but definitely focusing on your cuticle prep and your actual prep of your whole process is very, very important. Glue sometimes means nothing. your prep is the most important thing. So take your time, spend a bit of time trying to figure out what works for you, what doesn't. And do a bit of trial and error, because there's nothing worse than you put nails on and 2 or 3 days later they pop right off. It's frustrating, it's annoying, and it actually turns you off on press-ons sometimes. So just be patient with yourself and this process. And here I'm just cleaning all the excess oils off, making sure I have a very clean surface to work with. Some people have more oily nail beds. I definitely do, so it makes the glue stick to it a little bit difficult. The fifth and final one is washing your hands too quickly or touching any water. Please, when you do press-ons, do them at night before your bed, so then you can have all night for them completely dry and turn out this flawless and last 2+ weeks. I hope these help, and please let me know what your biggest mistakes are when you do press-ons.